Are talking about the salvation given by Jesus. It's so pronounced, so climatic, as the people of God has been waiting and for thousands of years. Even that the mystery of that gospel has been the envy of the Old Testament and even angels. That's why Hebrews say the angels long to peek into the gospel of Jesus Christ. That gospel is a mysterious thing. You know, imagine that in the Old Testament, nobody would have thought that God would provide his own son to be the sacrifice, to be the lamb, to be the sacrificial lamb to save the world. Nobody would have thought that, but it was actually, it shocked the whole world. The whole idea of God became man by the incarnation is shocking already as it is. That's why Jesus got rejected, persecuted all the time by the Pharisees, because they could not accept that God could become a man. No religions accept that till today. It's really incredible that no one has actually be able to reconcile that. That's why if you want to believe in a religion that is actually really connected with God, Christianity is the way to go. There's just no other religions that should do that. It's either total nonsense, nonsensical nonsense, or it is out of the world, truly, literally out of the world kind of a message that how could God become a man? So in Hebrews 1 talking about all the attributes of God, like Jesus is the exact imprint of God, and Jesus is the radiance of the glory of God, and all these things. And why does the Hebrews writer goes on such detailed length to describe that? Because he's actually describing a man that looks like God, if you like. That is God, actually, complete imprint, exact imprint. There's only so much human language can go describe it, but there you go. That's the way it is. Jesus is the God incarnate. It would be it will be the most intoxicating, fascinating novel anybody could write, and God wrote that. So, and the Hebrews chapter 2 says, if you ignore the message of the Son of God himself, you're asking for big trouble, because angels' messages, if they rejected that, they'll receive retribution and punishment, just punishment from God. But imagine if you reject the message from the Son of God himself, there's like million times worse. There is no way out. That's why don't get like really bothered by the concept of hellfire, eternal fire. They just cannot come to grips with it. You can only understand the severity of the hellfire when you understand the severity of the death of the Son of God on the cross. If you don't understand the sufferings of the Son of God himself on the cross, you would never understand hell. Once you understood what God himself went through, or Son of God himself went through, the sufferings, anguish, like Isaiah 58, he was bruised, he was wounded so that we be healed, and all this stuff. He was crushed. The Bible actually says crushed. Isaiah 58. And if you look at Matthew, Luke, and Gospel, and John, etc., you see Jesus was crushed. Blood was flowing down upon his head, and it was really sufferings. So once you understood that, you understand why God make a big deal out of hell. Don't complain about the severity. Make a big deal out of hell if you don't make a big deal out of the cross.